I just paid $51.98 to fill up my entire gas tank. 51 USD. I'm about to start riding dick to work. I'm not about to.
Nigga at the gas station talking about, what's your number, bitch? 40 on pump, whatever the fuck number this is. 2. 40 on pump 2. That's my number, bitch. Them all the numbers you need to be worried about. Or get the fuck out my face. Bro, I never complained about this a day in my life because I really just believe, like, just buy it. What are you gonna do? Walk? But yo, gas prices need to come down. Like, what are we gonna do about this? Because I live in Japan and I mostly get my gas, like, on the bases and stuff near me. But, like, gas prices is crazy. So I can only imagine what it is like living in America. Gas prices is crazy. It just cost me $80 to fill up my gas tank. Like, this is not it. This is not it.
Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody, and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast. But here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I'd just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you.
Hopefully this conflict over there will end, it's just unfortunate.
The overall vibe here at the gas pump amongst these Trump voters is they feel like the economy is not going well right now.
At the moment, I'm really out of work.
My hope is that it's temporary and it doesn't last for too long, that oil prices come back down. That's my hope.
Okay, it is Sunday, July the 19th. Another quick 3-minute update on what's happening in Iran. CENTCOM has just reported likely 4 fatalities yesterday, 2 that were already previously reported. They're saying there's now an additional 2 more. 1 U.S. soldier lost their life when they were trying to detonate an unexploded ordnance of some sort that Iran had launched. Another U.S. soldier is missing and believed to be killed in action, but that is not yet confirmed. This is in addition to 5 critically wounded and dozens more wounded in Jordan. Today, Iran carried out more attacks on infrastructure in Kuwait, striking a power plant, another water desalination plant in the country of Kuwait, this one being the largest one in the country. This is now 3 strikes on power and water desalination in Kuwait. I want to be clear, 2 of those strikes are the same desalination plant. In response to Iran's attacks on Jordan that led to U.S. fatalities, the United States struck a nuclear plant in Darkovin. Now, it's important to note that this was not a running nuclear power plant. This was one that was currently under construction. A lot of reporting suggests that this was an operating nuclear power plant. It, in fact, was not. It was a new one that was under construction. And that's an important note because that means not likely some sort of nuclear disaster from that strike. The United States has pretty much taken out all roads and bridges to the Bandar Abbas region, and that's important because that is Iran's largest shipping and receiving port where they get tons of cargo in. They have basically cut that off from the rest of the country. All of the imports that come on cargo ships into Iran, the vast majority, over 90% of them go into that port. The United States has cut off all access to that by roads. So now trucks in Iran are having to drive off-road to pick up and unload cargo at that port. And of course, it is Sunday, and that means the administration is going to try to say something to keep oil prices from rising even more, as oil markets will open here in about 2 hours. Secretary of Energy Chris Wright came on Meet the Press this morning, stating there was 14 million barrels of oil flowing through the Strait of Hormuz every day. That is not, in fact, accurate at all. Kepler is by far the best source for that, and they are reporting at best it's probably around 11, and the vast majority of that is oil that has bypassed the Strait of Hormuz through the East-West pipeline and Fujairah. People say, well, what's the difference, 11 or 14? That's a huge difference. 3 million barrels a day is a huge difference. Many analysts are predicting Brent oil prices will open up above $90 a barrel this afternoon. I'm not convinced, but we'll see what happens. I will keep you updated and keep you posted. Thanks.
Hey, what's up, America? Natural gas is at a record high cost. And so what does that mean for you? Well, at this rate, if these natural gas prices continue to stay as high as they are, this means that your energy bills during the fall and winter time will be record prices as well. So you guys remember last year when utility companies raised your prices and you were paying more than double for electricity, getting financially fucked from every fucking side just for their profits? Well, the way it looks right now, you're going to be experiencing that once again with electricity bills higher than you've ever seen in your life. You see, that's because most American power plants are fueled by natural gas at this point. Not coal, not solar, not wind, natural gas, liquefied natural gas. And if those prices go up, then you will pay more money for electricity. And what we're seeing is record high prices for natural gas. Right now, though, it's the middle of summer, so you're not using your heat, so you're not seeing those prices really explode yet. But as soon as it starts getting cold, you're going to be fucked financially. And as long as these natural gas prices stay record high, you are going to be paying record high utility bills coming up in fall and winter.
Gas is so high here, you can take my wallet, take my phone, take my vape, take my ring.
What you think about the gas prices?
Fuck these gas prices. Shit. Damn, and what the hell they doing on that too? And you too.
Gas prices being this high in Texas is actually insane.
But this is in Indiana. I know I'm not seeing a 5 and a 3 together.
This is an epidemic.
Bro, 479. 479?
That shit $4.99. What the fuck?
What the fuck you mean, guys? It's $8.79.
Who needs sex anymore when I'm getting fucked by these fucking gas prices?
Dino, why is it when oil prices go up, gas prices shoot up immediately, but when oil prices come down, it doesn't seem like gas prices come down much at all?
They call that the rocket and feather phenomenon, right? Oil prices go up, gas prices go up like a rocket, right? Oil prices come down, gas prices come down like a feather. So I looked into this, and it was interesting what I found the explanations were. But so one aspect of this explanation is based upon how oil turns into gas. How does a barrel of oil end up like that? Whatever price it is ends up, a price of gas, right? So a barrel of oil, when it's drilled out of the ground, has to be transported to a refiner. The refiner has to turn it into gasoline and then send it to a distributor, and then the distributor drops, these trucks go off and they pump it all into the gas stations, right? There's a supply chain. There's lead time. It takes time, right? So keep that in mind. Now, when I looked up why this happens, right? Now, on the why does gas prices rocket up when oil prices go up, right? The explanation is, well, the gas station operator says that, hey, I'm not worried about what I paid for the gasoline in my tanks right now that I'm selling to people. I'm worried about replacing it. That's the explanation. But then, when you ask them why then if gas prices shoot down, like when the Strait of Hormuz opens, it just drops rapidly. Why does it take so long for prices to come down? And that explanation is, it's because it's uncertainty. We're not sure if the oil prices are going to stay down or they're going to shoot up again. Notice how they don't say that the opposing a perspective when oil prices go up? Why don't they say, oh, is it going to come down? Could come down tomorrow, so maybe I shouldn't raise my prices, right? So the academic explanation, I call it, doesn't make sense. It's asymmetric. It's one explanation for why it goes up really fast and different explanation for why it goes down really slowly, right? At the end of the day, right, what I found is that it's societal. People, the society, me and you, everyone who buys gas, we already know this. We're used to this, right? We already expect it, right? So then you would think that, is there some sort of collusion going on? Meaning between the gas stations and the distributors, right? Because if a bunch of them shoot up the prices of gas and one guy says, I'm not going to shoot up the price of gas, I'm going to keep mine low, I'm going to get more people coming to me, that doesn't work. Because people don't really spend time trying to shop for gas around or anything. They just do what's convenient. You're not going to drive 20 miles to find, 50 cents less a gallon, right? So bottom line is that it's already built into our psyche. It's already built into what we're used to. And the gas station operators, they take advantage of that. Remember, gas prices are set by the gas station operators. But they all kind of know. They don't even have to call each other. When they see something happen, for example, in the Strait of Hormuz, they know that their buddies down the street, 5 miles away, in the next county, in the next city, whatever, everyone's going to do the same thing and raise it because that's what everybody does. That's what the consumers are used to. So the real reason is very simple. It's capitalism. It's the profit motive. It's they know that, hey, when the gas prices shoot up, people are used to it. They may complain, whatnot. They still need gas. I'm just going to raise my prices right away. And when it comes down, guess what? Right? I'm going to keep my prices high as long as I can. Even then, when the next supply shipment comes in with lower prices, people are used to paying higher prices. I can still get a bigger margin.
Right.
It's profit motive. I mean, I thought there was something more to it, but that's just what it is, and it's based on the psyche of people, of the economy of society that they're used to it. So that's why it works that way.
I didn't have a pen and paper. I got to the mic, I'm like, oh, press record. Drive and roll up the partition, please.
All right, so I think it's pretty clear to see that gas prices are obviously way higher than they were just a couple months ago. But I'm here to tell you why that is, and you're not tripping. Your gas wastes a lot faster than it used to before, right? I'm gonna tell you why. So gasoline needs ethanol. So when you put ethanol and you mix it with gasoline, it lubricates the engine, so that way your motor doesn't get messed up. What they've done is they've watered down the gasoline with more ethanol. So now whenever you drive, it wastes a lot faster. But deeper than that, the reason why is because, the United States got its issues with Iran. Now we're not getting oil from them. We're getting it through another place, and they're taxing. And the reason why the price is so high is literally greed. It's literally greed. There's no reason why gas should be this expensive, but it is. And deeper than that, the reason why gas is so expensive is because they want us to transition from a traditional car, with the key, to electrical cars, because they consume less gas. You can fill it up for less money. But it's even deeper than that. It's literally, so if everybody has an electric car and the headquarters of said brand, let's say Tesla, Honda, whatever, if they turn it off, your car will no longer drive. They literally showed this to us a couple years back in the movie, I think, Leave the World Behind. Could be wrong. But that's why. They want us to get electric cars. If you don't have an electric car and you have a traditional car where you have to put the key, please don't get an electric car. Because that's what they want. They're pushing us to that edge. Right now, gas is $5 a gallon where I'm at. It'll slowly but surely go to $6 and $7, and who knows, maybe even $9, $10. I would suggest legitimately getting a bike, and if you don't have to use your car, don't use it. But don't be distracted to the reason why they're doing this. They literally want us to get electric cars because they want to have control over everything we do, even when we drive. Because if they turn it off, you can't drive your car. So don't let that go over your head. Ashe, I love y'all. We are one.
Well, another major escalation today in the Middle East as Iran has struck a significant desalination plant in the country of Kuwait. Not only that, they struck the power plant that provides electricity to the desalination plant, kind of a double tap on drinking water for people in Kuwait. And this is sort of the event that we've been warning people about. The United States chose to start targeting Iranian infrastructure, and Iran responded in kind. And because of the things that occurred today, oil is up nearly $4 a barrel. So we've been seeing oil stay about the same price for quite a few days. We told you if this infrastructure stuff starts, it's going to take off, and that's exactly what's happening. And because of that, the wholesale price of gasoline has jumped another 11 cents today. This is going to continue to rise throughout the day. What we're waiting to see, because there's an enormous amount of short positions in the oil market, and if those people start covering those short positions, you're going to see, and this is a big if, but if they do, you're going to see a massive short squeeze and oil prices rise dramatically, much more than $4 or $5. That will depend on the owners of the short positions and how many of them start covering those shorts. They're already covering some. But if you took a short position at oil at $80 and it's now 88, 89, you're in a lot of trouble. And a little bit of a historical note that does matter moving forward, because in the earlier part of the war, it was Iran hitting a major desalination plant that actually put the whole idea of the ceasefire in motion and got it expedited immediately. That ceasefire took place literally days after Iran struck a major desalination plant. Could that happen again? It's possible. But I really don't think so. This is escalating far above and beyond where it was the first time around. And Iran still has not closed the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. They may be waiting for an opportunity to strike something in the strait and then announce the closure so it has more impact. I'm not sure, but they keep claiming they're going to close it and then they still don't. So we'll have to see what happens there. But wholesale gasoline prices have risen anywhere from 30 to 40 cents a gallon, depending on where you are in the country. If you're on the Gulf Coast, wholesale prices have risen by 30 cents a gallon. New York Harbor, 40 cents a gallon. Wholesale diesel prices have risen by nearly $1 a gallon now. And crack spreads are at record levels that we've never seen before. So that means that gasoline and diesel prices are going to continue to rise significantly. The wholesale price of gasoline will likely exceed $4 on a national average by the end of the day or tomorrow. Diesel has already surpassed $5 and is headed towards $5.10. It may already be at $5.10. It's rising quickly is what I'm saying. 3 keywords to listen to if that will be a signal that things are escalating crazy are the words Fujairah, Yanbu, or Bab el-Mandeb. If you hear any one of those 3 words attached to the word attacked, that's a big problem. That's a huge escalation. So be looking out for that. Thanks.